If you carry, the map in your head may already be wrong. In 7 states, the line between legal and illegal carry is moving right now, and one wrong guess about a safe location could turn a normal day into a criminal case. Pause. Quick question before we continue. Are you subscribed? Because what I'm about to reveal is exactly the kind of update people miss until it is way too late. Hit that button now, because staying one law behind on carry rules is how good people end up in very bad trouble. Most gun owners think the big fight is about permits. It isn't, not anymore. The real fight is about locations. Where can you carry? Where can't you? And what exception did you think protected you that maybe does not anymore? That is what this video is about. I'm talking about 7 states where carry location rules are being tightened, challenged, or pushed in the other direction this year. And if you travel, vote, go to school events, stop for food, or step onto campus property, this matters to you more than you think. First up is California, because this is the part that shocked me. A lot of people still think the old court fight means California permit holders can ignore a big part of the state's sensitive places law. That is not the reality you should rely on now. The California Department of Justice says more of those location bans are enforceable again, including bars and restaurants that serve alcohol, parks, athletic areas, casinos, stadiums, public libraries, amusement parks, zoos, and museums. And that is on top of places that were already off limits like school zones, colleges, government buildings, courts, police stations, airports, and polling places. California Department of Justice. Let me break that down for you in plain English. Imagine you have a California permit. You grab dinner at a place that serves alcohol, then walk your kid through a park, then stop by a public library. A lot of people hear, "I have a permit," and think that covers the day. But in California, location can matter more than the permit itself. Here's what most people get wrong. They remember the old injunction. They do not remember the later court move that let the state enforce more of these bans again. That kind of stale information is dangerous. California Department of Justice. Second is Michigan, and this one is tricky because it is not just about one building. It is about election zones. Michigan's legal update says new rules regulate firearms at polling places, early voting sites, absent voter ballot drop box locations, city or township clerk's offices during the 40 days before an election, and absent voter counting places. In some of those places, the rule also stretches out to 100 feet from the entrance. So the risk is not only walking inside. The risk can start before you even reach the door. Michigan State Police, but here's the crazy part. Michigan also has exceptions, and that is exactly why people mess this up. The general election location rules do not apply the same way to everyone. There are exemptions for peace officers, for some private property situations, for licensed concealed pistol carriers in certain spots, and for lawful vehicle possession. But the rule for absent voter counting places is stricter. There, the legal update says only a uniformed law enforcement officer acting in the course of duty is exempt while ballots are being processed. So if you think, "I have a carry license, I'm good everywhere near election activity," that could be a very expensive mistake. Michigan State Police. Here's a hypothetical example to explain this. Say you're running errands and one stop is City Hall. There's a ballot drop box outside. You park, step out, and walk closer than you meant to. Or you go to a building being used for ballot counting and assume your normal carry status follows you inside. In a state like Michigan, tiny location details matter. Not county, not city, not general area. Exact place, exact distance, exact exception. That is why I always tell people this. Do not trust the vibe of the place. Trust the statute. Michigan State Police. If you're finding this helpful, imagine what you'll learn in my next video about the 5 words that protect you when cops ask about your gun. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Third is New Jersey, and this is where it gets interesting. New Jersey's sensitive places law is still a huge fight in court, but as of now, the state is still defending a law that bars firearms in 25 sensitive places. The list is broad. It includes schools, polling places, legislatures, courthouses, airports, casinos, zoos, youth sporting events, public libraries, museums, concert venues, theme, parks, transit hubs, churches, hospitals, nursing homes, and other healthcare facilities. And according to the report on the current court fight, violating that law can be treated as a third-degree crime with up to 5 years in prison. New Jersey Monitor. Now, this is where a lot of viewers get lulled into thinking, well, it's in court, so I'll wait and see. That mindset can burn you. When a law is being challenged, you do not get to act like it disappeared. Until a court fully blocks it, or the law changes, you have to deal with the law that is actually being enforced. And New Jersey is a perfect example of how fast a state can iron normal public places into legal minefields for carriers. Most people think the danger zone is schools and courthouses. But the truth is, The modern fight is over all the ordinary places people actually go. New Jersey Monitor. Fourth is Virginia. And you need to pay attention here because these are not old rumors. These are active bills with real movement. Virginia House Bill 909 would expand the firearm-free buffer around certain voting-related locations. The summary says it would push the current 40-foot rule out to 100 feet around the entrance of polling places and other buildings used for voting and election work. As of the official page, it is awaiting the governor's action. So this is not internet chatter. This is a live issue. Virginia LIS. And Virginia Senate Bill 173 is another one to watch. The official state page says it would make it unlawful to knowingly possess a firearm in the building of a hospital that provides mental health or developmental services, and that it is also awaiting the governor's action. Let me explain why this matters. A lot of gun owners think hospital is one category. It is not. Bills like this show how lawmakers can carve that category into smaller pieces and create specific bans tied to the services offered in that building. If you do not read the actual language, you can miss the trap. Virginia LIS. Now, quick legal note. This is educational information, not legal advice. Always consult an attorney for your specific situation. Have you ever wondered why this feels so confusing now? Here is the answer. Because the fight after Bruin did not end, it moved. Instead of only arguing over who gets a permit, states started fighting over where your gun can go after you have one. That is why one state is tightening parks and libraries, another is building election buffers, and another is fighting over churches, museums, and hospitals. Same right, different battlefield. California Department of Justice, New Jersey. Monitor, Virginia LIS. Hey, 73% of people watching right now aren't subscribed. Don't be part of that group. Join the gun owners who get these updates first. Click subscribe. Now let's flip to the other side, because not every state is adding more off-limits places. Some are trying to erase them. Fifth is Florida. According to Stateline, lawmakers approved legislation that would let professors and other employees designated by university presidents carry firearms on public college and university campuses through an expanded Guardian-style program, and the bill was headed to the governor for consideration. That means Florida is not moving toward more campus bans. It is moving toward fewer. But do not miss the detail here. This is not everyone can carry anywhere on campus. It is tied to who is designated and trained. Stateline sixth is New Hampshire. House Bill 1793 would prohibit public colleges and universities from regulating the possession or carrying of firearms and non-lethal weapons on campus. Stateline reported that it passed the House and was under Senate consideration. That is a big deal because it would pull a lot of control away from the colleges themselves. Here's the part nobody's talking about to you enough. Even when a bill sounds simple, the practical question is never simple. What about dorms, sporting events, student conduct rules, campus police response? A short bill title can hide a very long list of real-life problems. Stateline, University of New Hampshire. Seventh is Louisiana, and this one proves why you must check the newest update before you trust any headline. Early reports said House Bill 99 would allow people 18 or older who can legally possess a firearm to carry on public and some private college campuses, including inside buildings, with exceptions for places like medical or mental health facilities, disciplinary hearings, and events with security screening. But later, Louisiana Illuminator reported that the sponsor withdrew the bill, killing the proposal for the year. So if you heard Louisiana just opened campuses and stopped there, you would be operating off bad information. Stateline Louisiana Illuminator. And that right there is the bigger lesson. In 2026, the danger is not only anti-gun law, it is stale gun law information. It is the friend who says, I saw a video last month. It is the forum post that leaves out one court ruling. It is the article that says a bill was introduced but never tells you it died. If you carry based on old news, you are basically betting your freedom on incomplete research. California Department of Justice, Louisiana Illuminator. So what should you do with all this? First, stop thinking in broad categories like campus, hospital, or public place. Start thinking in exact doors, exact property lines, and exact event status. Second, if there is voting activity, assume the rules may be tighter than normal until you verify them. Third, if a state is in court over sensitive places, do not assume the law is paused. Fourth, if a bill sounds good or bad, check whether it passed, stalled, or died. And fifth, if you travel, remember that your permit status is only half the story. Your location status is the other half. Michigan State Police and New Jersey Monitor. Stateline. Laws change fast, like really fast. Subscribe now because the next video breaks down exactly how to verify carry locations before one wrong stop, one wrong building, or one wrong parking lot turns into a charge you never saw coming. Here's the bottom line. The carry fight in America is no longer just about whether you can carry. It is about where, how close, under what exception, and whether that exception still exists today. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. A permit does not protect you from a bad location decision, and old information can hurt you just as fast as a bad law. So do me one last favor. Subscribe, stay sharp, and send this to one gun owner in your life who still thinks I have my permit is the end of the conversation. This video is for education only. Laws change, facts matter, and if your freedom is on the line, talk to a qualified attorney in your state before you act.